What's up, everybody? Welcome back to ABC Acres. This is Justin. Today we got a road trip for the baby goats. We got to hurry and get on the road. So we've got to take the baby goats, get their horns disbudded. We can explain a little more about this when we get back. But right now we got to get loaded up and hit the road, or we're going to be late. We turned Maple out. We're gonna let her get out with the other girls and graze a little bit, so maybe she's not so stressed while the babies are gone. Let's get these babies in the crate and get them out of here. All right, guys, it's actually the next morning. So yesterday we went and got the baby goats disbudded. Things got busy. It was pouring down rain when we got back, so I decided we would just finish this up this morning. You want some milk, girl? Here. There we go. We got Maple's quads disbudded yesterday. You can see on top of this little girl's head. I didn't video while we were there. All the vet techs were in there and they were petting and loving all the baby goats, and that was fine. But to just kind of give them their privacy, I didn't video anything. But I have some clips from last year. I may drop those in here while I talk about it. They give them just a little shot, knocks them out for just a minute. And they do the disbudding process. They burn, right here you can see on top of her head, they just burn those little horn buds so that they don't grow. And within just a little bit, they start waking up. They come to, and they're kind of wobbly for the first little bit, trying to get their legs back under them. But it's just easier on everybody. And so that's how we've chose to do it the past few years. But I've been thinking about this, and especially the price of everything's going up. So obviously this year it cost even more than last year to disbud our goats. And that's just the way it works. It's not anything our vet did. But if you watched the video earlier this year, I broke down the price of what it cost us to raise our goats. And last year I spent roughly $330 just to disbud these kids. I can buy a disbudding iron for like 150 bucks and do it myself. I've watched the past few years as they've done it for me. I've learned a lot. I think next year I'm gonna try to do it myself. And that'll cut back a lot of cost and the timing will be a lot better. So it's kind of hard. You get kids of different sizes, like this giant buckling right here, and then you get this little tiny buckling right here, and then you get this tiny little doeling, and her buds aren't near as far along as that big guy over there. It makes it hard to time disbudding these kids, but if we do it at home, then we can just do all of them as they need to be done. This little girl, if I'm down here, she's gonna be in my pocket. You can tell she is taken to the bottle, and she always comes looking for it when I'm here. When I'm not down here, she runs around with the brothers and sisters and plays like everybody else, don't you, girl? While we're out here, let's go ahead and talk about this. Bottle feeding baby goats. It can be tricky, it can be frustrating, but it can be very useful. So I told you before, we are supplementing a couple of these babies with bottles because Maple does not make enough milk to take care of all 4 of these babies. So it can be tricky. You have to be very patient. But I normally start out on the ground. I put the kid between my legs, and I try to hold their head up. It's easy to slip the bottle right in the side of their jaw, and then you can work it around to the front, and then I try to just kind of cup the baby's mouth, hold the bottle, and it's gonna make a mess, and there's gonna be milk running everywhere, all over you, all over the kid. I usually just try to dry them off good when I'm done so I don't leave them wet and gross. But you have to stay after it every day, multiple times a day, and before you know it, it'll just click, and one day that kid's gonna start sucking that bottle. I've already showed you this girl, but she's dying for more. Right here you can see a kid that takes the bottle extremely well. But let me show you another kid that can give a little bit of a hard time, and is that in-between stage of will suck a little and still not really sure about what the whole process is. So this little boy is one that will suck a little, but he's still not sure. He'll chew on it. I say that today, he'll probably start taking it great. But you can see he's still not really sure about it. I still have to put him between my legs and work with him to get him to suck on this bottle. You can see this boy, he'll drink a little, he'll chew on it, he'll pull off of it. He's just not fully committed like his sister is, but we're getting there. So those 2 kids that I'm supplementing bottles, probably within the next week or 2, we're gonna try to get those sold as bottle babies, get them a new home. That way they can move on. Life will be easier on Maple and on us. But we wanna make sure that they're really good on the bottle before we let them go. We are closing in on baby day for a few more of our does. You guys take a look, leave a comment. Tell us how many babies you think they're gonna have. Cinnamon here is one of them that's due up. Last year she had triplets, but one was DOA, so she raised twins. Clover had quints last year. Probably a safe bet to say it'll be 4 or 5 again this year. And Poppy had twins last year. Give us your best guess on those 3 girls. And here before long, we'll have more baby videos coming out. Indy girl, all this mud has not done your coloring any favors. You look orange. Congratulations, buddy. How does it feel to be a dad? First soul kid's born on our farm. Super happy with this guy. Love the first batch of kids he gave us. He is registered. Some of our does are registered. Maple's registered, but her kids will probably all be leaving unregistered. I'm hoping to get a registered doe kid out of Cinnamon that we can retain. That's all for today's video. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. This weather, looks like we got some more rain coming in today, so we're gonna get in the house, get a few things done. Man, everything's starting to turn so green here, and I'm just really excited for spring. Thank you guys so much for all your support. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and check us out on social media at ABC Acres. As we start getting more kids on the ground, you can follow along on our social media accounts for more up-to-date and pictures and videos as we go and watch these new goat kids grow up. Thanks again for hanging out with me. Hope you guys have a great day. We'll see you on the next video. God bless.